are we ready to go, everyone?
Let's go.
Alrighty. Thunder rumbles, and lightning flashes across the sky. Wind blows through the atmosphere, and clouds let out a downpour of cold summer rain. A city comes into view, with oil lamps struggling to stay alive in the violent storm. The people of this place try to find shelter as bells are heard echoing throughout the streets. In the far distance, a sparkling castle shines like a beacon in the night. As the swirling stops, you feel yourself hit the ground on the outskirts of a deep forest. Your head hurts, but at least you're alive. Wherever that witch of a woman sent you, you're not sure. But one thing is for certain. You are far from home. Before you is a road leading directly into the city. Behind you is a path into the darkness of an unfamiliar forest. To the east is a vast black sea, hungry for a ship. Wolves howl in the distance. The smell of sea salt tinges your nose. Your stomach growls in hunger. You need food. You need shelter. And you need to figure out not just where, but when you are. The curtains are drawn. The scene is yours.
What just happened?
I don't know. Stern's gonna look around and make sure she's not with us, right? It's just our
Correct.
group. Okay.
I thought no, time travel can't be real. Like like you know how like you study like a butterfly effect thing. Like one little thing goes wrong, like you kill one little insect, the whole rest of your future could be a disaster.
Why do you think we're somewhere in time? We're just not in the under anymore, guys.
Is that what she meant? Didn't she
I got
say
the.
that we were
Yeah, she said something about
going
going back, didn't she?
Yeah, but I didn't think she actually meant it.
Well,
you?
I mean,
Time
anything's
travel can't be
possible.
real. Maybe she just made it look like we went back in time. We're just somewhere we don't know. Let's maybe ask somebody in that town.
If there are people there, but yeah, I mean, I guess that's our best bet for shelter and
Let's
food.
get out of this storm.
Yeah.
Agreed.
As
Yeah.
we walk toward the town, can I roll investigation to see if there's any detail that would clarify what time frame we're in? Architecture, a clock, anything at all?
Roll investigation.
Thirteen.
You said 13.
13. 1-3, yeah.
So on the outskirts of this city is giant walls that look ancient and old. It's trouble to discern when in time you are from the outer walls of the city. With everything dark and things like that, by the looks of the guards that patrol the walls and the gate to the city, you can tell that it's somewhere within the past 50 years because it's not that advanced of clothing, but there's no way to discern an exact era. Just you know that it is in the past.
Does anybody know where we could be?
I have no clue.
No
Beats me.
ideas here. I mean, I think we're gonna need a little more information before we can figure this out, but
Maybe there's a sign in the town that says like, "Welcome to Happyville." Stay dry. I just want to be dry, guys. Cold and wet.
Let's find a tavern. It's been a
So-
long couple days.
You head down the or kind of the pathway towards the city, eventually coming to the front gates of this kind of city wall. Out there are patrolmen dressed in dark armor. You see that there is bunches of posters and things plastered against the walls. Some are graffitied, some are overlapping with one another. But down in the muck, it looks to be a propaganda flyer stuck in the ground before you head to, we'll call it customs, if you will.
Lux will bend down and like pull it up to like look at it closer.
So you pick it up and you look, and it says, "Wanted, dead or alive. Reward for the capture of fugitives. By his edict of His Royal Highness the King, members of Les Charmants and all users of magic are now and hereafter considered outlaws of Valen and other four nations. All enemies of the crown will be imprisoned at Fort Kansas. Protecting any such outlaws is considered high treason, punishable by death."
Um, this isn't good news, you guys. And she like looks right to Draco, and then she goes right to Soren, and then she looks right to Sybl. You guys can't use magic.
well,
Absolutely.
maybe I don't know. Oh man, maybe we should find some woods to camp in instead and see if we can spy on
I
this
mean-
town.
I mean, we could go in the town. We just don't use magic because I don't know where Fort Kansas is, but it's not good.
Hmm. Hmm. Fort Kansas. Fort Kansas. Anyone think that sounds familiar?
Would Lux know her history, or would
But
this
roll
kind
a
of history
history.
be like erased? Okay. Oh. Okay. What did I see? 18 plus 5, 18, 23.
You would know that it is the magical prison that was used to round up the Les Charmants of Everas to power the Gate of Oknos.
Oh, okay. She's gonna be like, it's really bad. Back in the day, I don't know if this is really back in the day still, but back in the day, Fort Kansas is a place they used to gather up all the magi users, and they want to use them as like the battery to charge the Gate of Oknos. Like suck out their magic essence and be like this. She reenacts this. Just like that.
Well,
Uncle
those woods
Eliot was in
are.
prison there
He was.
for a little bit.
Hmm. Do you know when is Fort Kansas still around in our present day, Lux? Do you know?
No, it is ruined.
It's ruined.
No,
All right, so
that was a long time ago. This has to be like an old poster. Let's just be wary, not use any magic just in case. People
well,
get spooked by
yeah.
magic still.
What I'm saying is that lady said we were going back in the past. Here's a sign that we might have been sent back in the past. And what if we run into our parents or something? If Eliot is at this fort, I mean, maybe we should go there.
But we don't even know if Eliot is there.
Yeah.
It could be
We don't know
before.
where. hmm
All right.
We don't know where in
Or
the
after.
time we are.
Uh,
Let's.
Lux, do you know,
hmm
is there a date on this edict on the paper?
No.
Okay. Maybe we can find a help wanted sign and there'd be a date on it or something.
Yeah. Or just ask somebody if you're like, hey, we've been out in the woods for a couple of days. What day is it?
It looks like there's a line over there. I think we best get into the city.
Okay.
They're searching
Sounds great.
us.
If they search
I
us,
mean, we have nothing to
Yeah.
hide.
All right. All right. All right.
Unless you have dead bodies on you. I don't
Not
think we have dead
today.
bodies on us.
Not today, unless you
Oh,
count the
okay.
squirrel jerky that I caught the other day.
All right. Will this be normal? And she walks about normally.
You can see that there are a couple hoity-looking elves and a giant race, like kind of commander, at least what you assume is kind of preceding the customs check. And the elf motions you over and says, "State your business with Salem."
Oh, we want to go to the end because it's cold and rainy.
Do you have anything to declare?
No, I declare that I am
Like what?
a human and I want to go into the tavern and eat, and I'm hungry. Is that what you mean?
Oh, I see. Do you have your papers?
You do not.
Oh, then you're,
You mean?
what kingdom do you hail from?
Oh God,
Haven.
I forgot. Haven.
The Kingdom of Haven.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, and Queen Liliana doesn't have papers for her civilians. Oh dear.
Not that we have on us.
So how do you prove yourselves, citizens of Haven?
Well, I have pink.
Oh, you do? Hand them over, girl.
She will hand over her paper of her heritage.
Oh. Excuse me, is this some type... You're born in the future? How's that possible?
It, it was a typo,
It was
but I never got
written,
corrected.
and you should never have a misprint on absolute documentation, and this seal, Nightingale Coven. You're not a witch, are you?
Gosh, no, no. Just what they gave me the day I was born.
The day you were born, which was in the future.
Sorry, she's a drunkard, and we just are trying to get into the. We're just trying to get out of the storm. She has no idea what she's doing.
Well, this is the first evening of the King's Festival. Unless you have an invitation or a citizen of this city, then I have to refuse you entry.
You are a fine gentleman doing your job, and I admire that. We will take our leave and let you do your work.
But you don't have an invitation?
No, sir, we've been on the road for quite a while, and honestly, we let the days get away from us. We had no idea that the festivals were starting today.
What's that in your bag, then?
Um, you want some of the squirrel jerky I got? I mean, I made it myself. It's rather good if I could.
The manila envelope, darling.
Uh, this
Ah, and he pulls it out. You are hereby cordially invited to the Festival of the King. 3 days. Huh. Looks like you all had paperwork here this whole time.
Oh God. I mean, if. Ugh. Well, thank you so much. I mean, I don't know what we'd do without you.
You don't have to thank me, dear. You'd have to thank this Mr. E.
Yeah, we'll have to let him know
Mystery.
how thankful we
Good.
are.
The nearest tavern is the Broken Wheel.
Thank you so much for your help. Let's go. And he's gonna like grab Sybl by the elbow and like really kind of yank her along.
One more thing. You will be passing through a detection mechanism. Any magical items and ammunition and weapons needed to be declared. Anything over $10,000 needs to be declared. No food, no perishable items that you are declaring.
Well,
Like, we have to declare all of our weapons?
Declare them, yes.
Well, I got
about-
some hand axes, I got a great sword, I got 4 javelins,
Here you
I
go.
got a really I
I will
got a
need
really
you to
nice
fill this
cloak.
out.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, I need one too. I got it. A
Need one
slingshot.
too.
Choo!
Wonderful.
Kill squirrels.
also need one for this nice stick I got right here and some of the
Perfect. Yep.
squirrel
You're
jerky.
walking
You're
stick.
just going to check mark here and date it, and he gives you the date. You recognize it to be about 30 years ago.
30 years.
And then fill this part out here and sign there. Does anyone try to forge the document, not declare something, try to be sneaky?
No, she goes nothing really.
Do we not have our things that Rumpelstiltskin gave us? I can't remember what you got, Lux, but
Oh yeah.
And we
Do
have a
we?
magic tent. I don't say
Yeah.
this out loud.
Oh.
I'm like a little nervous about a couple items, guys.
yeah, I
Remember,
mean, Sybl has a lot.
declaring doesn't mean you're forfeiting, but if it doesn't fit the needs, it will be confiscated.
Okay.
Right?
Oh,
Okay.
Oh,
She'll put her
No.
sparkly cloak on it and a tent. A miniature tent.
Draco will
Um,
put everything on. He'll put the necklace or the amulet thing that he got from Rumpelstiltskin, the hourglass, and say it's a gift from his mother.
vampires.
Uh,
Not gonna ask that aloud.
and then
I guess she'll declare everything.
Okay.
He'll
Yeah,
declare
what's
the
the-
magic mace as well.
Okay.
The only thing I'm really worried about is my
your aunt.
I have Leoga with me? I don't think so. I think I'm more worried about the daylight ring. Leo is just a crystal ball. The daylight ring is
You're not worried about your aunt?
I'm not worried about that getting me in trouble.
Cool.
Well,
fine.
Lucifer had a daylight ring.
Yeah, and Lucifer's a vampire.
Lucifer here back then.
uh,
Right, but Sybil's not Lucifer. Nor does she know that.
I like we know where Lucifer is, but meta Lucifer.
You would know that the Velvet Leash was a place
here?
in Salem,
Okay.
100%. Yeah.
Oh, Salem. We're in Salem. Confirmed. Okay. I knew that.
Yeah.
Alright, I think we're all good and Amara turns her paperwork in.
Ah, interesting. Now, all magical items are under the jurisdiction of this kingdom. Are you understanding of this?
What do you mean the
Yeah.
jurisdiction?
Should you make any money, sell anything, or we have taxes we need to claim.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Wow. Yeah.
And all sales between all parties on magical items are, by the final degree, of this kingdom's rule.
Yes.
By the final degree, you mean just text?
No, if let's say you want to trade in a non-classified item, and let's say you want to do it on a Tuesday when they're registered for Sundays only. We have the final say whether or not the sale goes. We also reserve the right to confiscate any item we see fit. That is your signature here. Now, go ahead through. Welcome to Salem.
Thank you. She
She
curtsy
nods
and
and walks
scamper
through.
off.
As you walk through, you feel a little bit of a hum, but nothing too powerful, and you enter the streets of Salem, a bustling city with a glittering palace at the end of its main street. Brick brown stones, ivy-covered walls, foliage beyond compare. It's quaint in Salem.
Okay, so I don't want to say this out loud, too loud, but I think we have lots to talk about because the paper said it was 30 years ago. I think we might actually be 30 years ago. And my like whole hyper delusion that this was all just a dream and a hyper fantasy type of thing, it's all crashing down. Okay. I think we're actually in the past.
Lux, and he'll just like take a hug and be like, relax, relax, relax. It's gonna be okay. Breathe.
My mama wasn't even born yet.
30 years. What'd they say the inn was? Or a tavern? A broken wheel? I guess we go find it.
Yeah, let's go find the broken wheel and at least get dry and figure out how to get back to our own time. Or I guess maybe we should find Mim.
Would Mim be in a circle? Or be in the crystal thing?
Crystal thing?
Well, that wasn't she encased? That's what she said she was?
Yeah, but now she's not encased and she went back in time and she's wreaking havoc probably somewhere. We just don't know yet.
Or
Guess
did
we
she
just
just
look for
send us?
chaos. No, she went before us.
Okay. All this timey-wimey shit just gets me confused.
Time is
Oh,
As you've been traversing the city, you finally see down an alleyway um, a small little tavern, 3-story tavern with a beautiful ornate attic window, and a sign that says the Broken Wheel Tavern. It's literally a broken spoke and spool off like a wagon or something like that. You can hear that you can kind of see on the inside that there's not many people on the inside. It seems to be very cozy and a quiet place to relax.
Well, this looks nice, actually.
definitely
We can't hear you.
damp. You
Well, I
can't
couldn't
hear
hear
me?
Sam. No, Sam.
Oh.
I was asking if there's a bar in here.
Yeah.
Oh,
So when you look, you see that there's a small. It is like a quaint little England kind of pub. A couple tables and booths up against the wall. Very cozy. Broken a little bit of the cushions. Maybe the springs or stuffing is popping out. There are dozens of portraits and pictures and things hanging on the wall. Very eclectic. It's dark and cozy. Just the sweet smell of tobacco kind of clings to the air. A small fireplace with a bubbling cauldron. And then you see a wooden staircase leading up to a kind of open balcony, and then a couple rooms, and then another staircase leading up to what you presume is an attic.
Oh, man.
There is a woman working at the bar. She has very thick ginger hair, curly hair. She's plump. She looks very warm and motherly, and she's conversing with what you assume to be um, local or something, or a regular. And then in the far corner, you see a little boy with a notebook or journal or a diary or some sort. And he's drawing some people in his book, just from what you can see. The woman, she looks up. She's exactly. I quite agree. Oh, hello there. Welcome in. Have a seat wherever you'd like. I'll be with you in a moment.
Thank you. Let's sit over there. Let's talk to this glass.
Okay, all right. Soren will follow Lux wherever she wants to sit.
She like scoots into like the very back. She's like, waiting for everybody.
Lux, how about we get you some whiskey or something?
I don't know if that'll make her feel any better.
I'm Carol. Can't be real. What may be real?
Soren's gonna look at Sybl and be like, and you maybe shouldn't have a drink tonight. You're muted.
No, it wouldn't unmute. Okay. And not that I drink much anyways, but why? Because I handed that card paper.
Yes, I'm just teasing you, but you gotta be careful. Jeez.
What were you thinking? Your whole family's a witch.
One witch.
I don't know. He just asked for papers. I didn't think about it. I just.
You were trying to help, and I appreciate that, but
Yeah, if I showed my papers, it'd be like, from the magisterium. He'd be like, oh, fuck.
To jail. Straight to jail.
Lux, let me ask you something. Do you know who is in power right now? Who is the king? Or anyone else who would know this? I don't know.
She will roll history because that's fun. 30 years ago,
But
is that
I don't know if
okay?
Sybl would know or Draco.
Oh god, I missed my
I
thingy.
feel like I would probably know.
You probably would.
Probably.
She got a natural 1, so
It's not
that'd be sick.
Dorian, right?
Sleepy
That's not
Joe.
the right one? Sleepy Joe.
Isn't it?
She's like,
I feel like
I only know Queen Liliana. Ugh.
Nope, that's Haven. Different part.
oh right, okay.
Can Draco
Oh,
roll
I
history?
remember who it is.
Oh, you do.
It's Lorvis,
Still the
right?
bean.
It's King Lorvis.
Okay.
Lorbus.
Draco
Yeah.
also rolled that one.
Yeah.
Molly, come on.
Yeah. So,
Is that a
okay.
Chipotle burrito?
Mm.
I'm like dying every time you take a bite. I'm like, oh my god, I need one of those.
I
Sorry.
ate mine
Okay.
right before we joined.
Oh
So-
man.
Soren,
Yeah.
you had a yellow envelope from a Mr. E. Like mystery, but Mr. E.
I
How did they get
genuinely
in
had
there?
no idea about that envelope until he pointed it out.
Who do you think this E could be? How does anybody else
Elliot?
know we're here?
Right. I mean, who's the only E name that you know, most significant person in our lives is
Who
sent
do
us
we
on
know
many
that
different
is
adventures.
magical enough to
Right. How does he
to
know
give
we're
us
here? Then why isn't he here with us? Like, is it
Well-
a timey-wimey thing?
That's what I'm
Timey-wimey.
thinking it is. I mean, I'm thinking in order for us to make sure that he gets that letter to us, maybe we have to go to him now.
What
Not
did
now,
you say,
but
Draco? Earlier.
when like for the whole deep dive of
What?
Yeah, I didn't hear what you said.
yeah, I didn't either.
He's like very soft.
I just said that I said it has to be Eliot. I mean, who else has been able to send like the cart to us when we got out of the Evil Queen's castle and all that stuff? Like he was ahead of the game on that stuff that we didn't even know like he could know. So it has
But how
to
does
be
he know
him.
that we're back in time already?
Maybe
so
it's already
fast?
happened.
Or he
Maybe-
knew
Oh.
somehow about the plans that were being made.
Oh.
I mean, with how powerful Eliot is, maybe he knew about this time traveling kind of stuff already
the whole time.
the whole time.
What did he never tell us? I guess that's a whole
Because he
like
can't. Yeah, it was
timey-wimey thing.
timey-wimey, will-be-wobbly stuff.
Oh,
Mm.
time is soup.
So, are you saying that we need to find him while we're here?
Potentially. I mean, we might be the reason that he gets out of that prison in the first place.
Right, right. And sends us that invite.
Wait,
Lux, do you know how he got out?
No, he was never in. Well, from my knowledge, he was never in the prison. It was Mim. That's what happened. Like Mim was like, "Oh, I was in the prison because
No, the
Merlin put me there."
Kansas prison
Oh, well, some
or
heroes
jail.
saved them. Some keepers saved them.
some keepers. Wait, and if E
Oh,
knows we're here, how old are your guys' parents?
I don't think my mom was born yet. Maybe she's like 2.
I think she'd be young. Little.
How old's
How
my
many years
mother?
did you say?
I
30.
don't like her.
30? Well, I'm 18.
Bless you.
Would anyone help me with how old Soren's parents would be? Because I can't remember the age that they are, and I don't think I have it written down. Does anyone know?
Willa would be 23.
Were Willa and
Gim-
Tara about the same age?
Your Gate of Oknos is Willa and Terra. Like, yeah, like,
I
Yeah.
know.
yeah.
Remember if they were the
I'm doing
same-
it for the I'm doing it for the role play.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
same. Come on.
Okay, convenient.
Actually, she was 19. I'm sorry. I got their
I was
age wrong.
I think Tara was Tara only 16? Was she a baby?
Yeah, she was
Might have
young.
been.
She was the
That's-
youngest, I think.
So you said Willow was 19?
Hmm
Okay.
What's
Yeah.
up my mother
Tara
at?
would have been, Tara would have
It's-
been a teenager.
26 at the time.
Timeless.
Yeah, say 105. Not
So
old,
potentially, if they're the keepers during this time, you two have a lot to watch out
Remember
for.
that the keepers were not an
Right.
official thing until
After I know,
yeah,
Wait, I
but
don't.
we know them as keepers.
fair, yeah.
All right.
Oh.
Well,
We need to be really careful then. I mean, yes. Well, what about your parents?
Well, my mom, she's been in Haven since her time. I don't think she would have traveled down here. I'll keep an eye out for her, but she was in Haven.
so
She stayed in
maybe
Haven.
you're our only hope for saving Eliot?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Kind of
my mom
poetic.
was like 5 years old probably this
Yeah.
time, and she lived on some like weird coast. I don't know where exactly.
Hmm.
All I'm saying is that you just can't run up to them and say, "Mommy." Got it?
Oh, all right, all right. You got
I
it.
What about
actually want
Uncle
to
Eliot? Do we
actively
save Eliot?
avoid my mother.
Yeah, it was a fortune, mom.
We gotta act
know-
like you don't know them.
I don't think we
Okay.
should even meet them, because what if we change just a little thing and then their decisions change and then we're never born?
I think
Well,
we should meet
Okay, let's
Elliot, but
avoid
I
them
don't
at
think
all
we should tell him
costs.
Change.
who we are or anything like that. Strangers
Unless
here to
he
help.
says them.
I think
Unless he
Draco's onto
says.
something there.
Unless he knows. Like again,
Yeah.
if he gives on to the like he knows who we are, then we can go from there. But if he doesn't, then let's just
Okay.
keep that to ourselves and just be here to help.
We'll just introduce everybody as we are. We're like,
Mhm.
should we have code names? Should we even name? Wait, it doesn't matter. My mom's like 5.
You
Yeah.
could be Zool, Xul.
Zool. Okay, so Tara. I mean, Tara. You gotta watch out for your mom. Tara.
Is this the type of tavern where this pretty redhead would come to our table, or shall Soren go up to the bar?
She's gonna come around.
Okay.
I was kind of giving you kind of a moment.
Oh, you're good.
They saw these
I was just deciding my
5
next
people
move
freaking
here.
out. They're like, we're gonna give them a moment to like relax before I walk over and introduce
Yeah.
myself to this chaos.
Yeah, no kidding.
So the beautiful middle-aged redheaded woman comes over. She says, what can I get you started?"
I'll take
God.
the largest glass of mead, honey mead that you have.
Aye.
Glass
I'll
of
do-
wine.
Gracias,
soup.
please.
It's a lot. That makes sense.
Not one of yours all at the same time.
I'll get the
Les.
same thing, but I'll get. Do you guys got stew, soup, something warm and hearty?
I can get hunter soup I got going on.
I'll take that.
All right. Do you like quail?
Well, it's fine.
All right. And so
I'll
I
have
got
soup too.
2 honey meads, 2 hunter soups.
Nothing for me.
I'll take a bottle of wine and a soup as well.
I only got 1 to Malbec. Is that going to be all right for you?
That's fine.
Okay.
You got any roast game back there? You said quail?
It's quail that's in the hunter soup. I ain't got much. As you can see, I'm quite a bit poor now.
Why's that?
Now, not many come to these parts anymore. Not after I sided with Les Charmants when that edict first passed.
Right, awful. They shouldn't do that to people. People have a right to magic.
Aye, be careful what you're saying, that lass. These walls have ears.
So magic.
Literally?
You know, I think I'll
Yes.
take some of that hunter stew too, please. And I didn't mean any offense by the.
No, none taken, darling.
Well, since you guys seem to be in need of help, if we get some time, maybe I'll go out hunting for you guys. You seem nice enough.
I appreciate that, lass, but I actually have some people who are staying up in our attic room. They're helping us out here at the tavern.
Oh,
Well, suit yourself. So sorry to ask this, but could you mind telling us today? We have been traveling for months from Haven, and we lost track of the days.
Late June,
Late June. Thank you.
of course. I understand. Time gets a little crazy out there. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to just bring you a whole pot of the rest of it. I'm not going to save it this evening. I can get you some breads and some cheeses as well if you'd like, and
Oh yes.
I'll
please.
fill your goblets, keep you warm. You deserve to be safe out there. I'm not sure this storm is going to let up.
okay.
I'll be right back.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
And she
I mean-
disappears.
What luck. Running into such a nice hostess. We
I
didn't even
know.
get her name.
No.
She said Ronnie.
She did.
Marnie.
Oh,
I
okay.
think, at least I think I did. If I didn't, oops. She
You
did.
said Marnie. M-A.
Ronnie.
Ronnie.
Okay.
We should ask what this King's Festival is, since we have an invitation to it, or look into the invitation more.
You know, Lux, I was thinking the same thing, but does it not look a little suspicious if we ask what it is? Maybe we'll ask her about like,
Events
yeah,
happening,
Yeah.
because we know we know what it is. Wink, wink. But
right.
what special events are partaking?
Yes,
Right.
yes, that's smart, Amara.
Sometimes I
Maybe.
get good ideas.
A couple more minutes pass, and Ronnie comes back over with some bowls and a giant pot of the hunter's stew, as well as your goblets with cool well water and honey mead glasses. All
Thank
right,
you.
eat up. Need to keep a warm tummy. What's got you in Salem for?
Oh, the King's Festival.
Ah, you're going to try to win your hand at the prince.
Oh, yes, and she'll like go like this.
I
I'm
don't think he's
blushing.
fond of my type.
All eligible women are
Oh,
being summoned.
Hmm.
well,
Okay.
Soren, you could still try.
nah, that's all right. I mean,
I could whip you up a
it's
pretty
his
good rope.
loss. No.
Okay, maybe Mr. E
Anyways,
isn't Uncle Elliot.
um, what other festivals or you know, events are happening at this festival?
Who knows? I'm too old to go to them anyways. It's all elder maidens. My husband, well, rather not talk about him. But
That's fair.
tonight was the first night of the festival. It ends in 2 days.
Okay.
We'll have to go
I'm
there
s-
first thing tomorrow morning then.
They're only in the evenings.
Oh,
Guess we missed
Dancing, things like that. Your invitation, I believe, should only be for 1 day, so choose wisely.
Oh,
Oh.
is there a calendar of events we could look at?
It's not so much of an event for things for people to enjoy. It's more of just eligible maidens going to try to woo the prince for his marriage. You see, King Lorvis, he's getting old, and he's looking for someone to take over the throne. Personally, I do like Prince Darren. He's very smart, handsome, charming. But those are worried that he will follow in his father's steps with this whole anti-magic regime.
Oh, don't worry. I think she'd like
Are
take a
you
sip.
are you a magic user too?
Bold to ask that out in the open.
Well,
no.
yeah, you know what? You're right. I'm sorry.
It's all right. I'm not. Though I won't say anything if you are. You have safe harbor while you're within my walls.
well, that's really kind of you. Um, we do have to ask, if only for a night, would we be able to stay here by the fire just for tonight?
Of course. You can have Noah's room. Noah, darling. And the little boy, he closes his book. Yes, mummy. Noah, sweetheart, you're going to sleep with tonight, okay? Why don't you go upstairs and get your favorite bedtime story and I'll read it to you. I'll meet you up in there in a few minutes. Oh, but I want to write more stories about them, Mum. I know, dear. You can tomorrow morning. I'm sure they'll be excited to see your drawings. She
Stories
bends
about
down,
us?
kisses them on the forehead, and Noah looks over and goes, No, the other adventurers staying in the attic.
Oh, I would like to hear their stories sometime when you get a chance.
What do they look like? Do you mind showing us? I mean, I love art.
So he's like, Okay, but I promise you don't steal my stories. I'm going to be an author one day.
Oh, don't worry, we'll never steal your stories.
We promise.
He turns the book around and he shows you a couple people. And they all have their names labeled. You see Tara on there. You see Willa. You see Key3. You see, I think Shin was here with you guys at this point. I don't remember for sure. And you see Serafina. And was Trig here? And Trig.
Mm-hmm.
Trig.
And he kind of just basically goes over them very briefly. They say that they're
Oh.
gonna like save the world thing, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, of course. See what happens.
Well, if
That's
they
great.
say that, all you can do is cheer them on.
Yeah, and did they say anything more about how they're gonna save the world?
No, they all seemed incompetent.
Hmm.
Lux laughs out loud. Oh,
I mean,
okay.
Kind of like they think they had everything together, but they weren't ready for what was coming.
Oh, I feel that real hardcore right now, actually.
I guess the
I think
apples
that's
are far
growing
off
up.
from the
Don't
tree.
do it.
You know,
And-
thinking about it, there's something very familiar about the six of you.
I think we were in here last week, but thank you for showing us your art, and we don't want to keep you up if you have to go to bed.
All right, I'll get the cots out for you. And he scurries up the stairs and into his room, and you hear the door shut.
The close one.
Close one. Soren's like freaking out a little bit, and he's like, "Is Ronnie still standing at the table?"
Do you need her to be?
No, I was just Soren was gonna have a little bit of a freak out, and he was gonna talk about our parents are here, and they're the ones upstairs. So I don't know if it's a good idea for us to stay here.
You have a better idea?
I
Yeah,
mean, if
the
we stay in
woods.
that room and they stay upstairs, then
Maybe
we'll be
another
fine.
inn.
Is there another inn? It's just
Yeah.
one night. I was to stay in the room and like listen for them to leave. Aren't you curious to see what their mums are doing? I mean, like if my mom was here, I'd be like sneaking up there and putting my ear to the door. I'd be like, "What's my young mom doing?"
And what if
Kind of
they open the
agree.
door? So you think we should spy on them?
No, I just think that maybe listening a little bit would give us an indication of maybe
Where
what we
they're at?
do next.
She said we were in safe walls if we wanted to use magic.
No, I think she said we were in
No.
safe walls to talk about it.
I wouldn't cast anything. I don't think that's a good idea.
All right.
We just see see where they're at, like in their story. Like I only read their stories and overheard stuff, but you guys probably like got very intimate like conversations with your mums about what happened here. I hope.
Oh yeah, my mom talks to me about everything except for one
Oh,
thing.
let's just see where they're at in this timeline. I mean, Prince Darren, he married Cinderella in the stories.
I mean,
For
maybe.
Ella.
What if our parents know about it too?
When did he marry her?
Dun, dun, dun.
Wasn't it at the King's Festival? Or the
They
third
never
day?
got married.
It's all because he died.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
he
yeah.
what?
That happened. He dies.
Right. Oh right.
But he's
That's
still
right.
alive.
Other weird not necromancy
A
things that
warm,
happen.
fuzzy feeling fills you up, Lauren. Or should I say, Amara.
So he's not dead.
Is that it? Do we have to keep him alive? Do we
Oh,
have to prevent his death?
what if it helps?
Oh, what?
Because if he is something important to Mr. E, which we think is Eliot, what if that gets us one step closer to meeting Eliot so we can save him here? Because that's what we have got to do. We got to save him because crazy Mad Mim is coming after him to put him in the crystal thing. Maybe this is just a part of it. Maybe this is just a part of it, and we got to save his ass. And she
And
takes a
then-
long gulp of mead.
And then we have to save Fairy Godmother after that?
Fairy Godmother will be freed because we saved Eliot.
Soren's gonna take
So
a
we-
drink of his mead too.
But what
And
if
then-
in saving Darren, we mess up our futures? Because he's supposed to die. It's maybe what's one of those like Spider-Man events.
Or we accidentally
It's a
kill
canon
him in
event.
trying to save
Can't
him.
event.
Butterfly effect.
But what if it isn't?
Oh,
And
Oh,
I
heavens.
just got this gut feeling that we need to save him. I don't know. I
Okay.
don't know. It just I can't explain it. It's this wishy-washy feel. It's not even wishy-washy. It's
Is it timey-wimey?
I don't even know that because that gave me a headache.
oh,
It could be the soup.
okay. So
Sybl, Draco, what do you guys think?
I think that the best way to get information is to really quietly eavesdrop on our parents for a little bit and then go to the King's Ball or King's Party, whatever. Learn as much as we possibly can. And go from there. I don't think we have enough information to decide what to do. We don't really know anything.
Listen, as long as I
Right.
don't run into my mother, I'm down to do whatever. I feel like at this point we are going to be deciding the fate of the world going forward, or we'll tear it apart. And we need to be very careful, but at the same time, I can't stop all of you at once from doing your own decisions. Amara, if you think the best thing is to save him, then we'll save him. But if it tears apart the world, I'm going to look at you before the reality breaks apart.
I don't
Accept
think that
it.
we can make that decision. Like, I just I just think we need more information before we can decide something
Then-
life or death.
Let's go listen to the parents. I'm in no danger here with your parents. The only thing
Yeah,
would be
well,
my
I don't want to
mother.
run into my mom or your mom, Draco. So
Definitely
We
not your
can-
mom, Draco.
Amara and I
mom, double
could
it.
go listen. We have no ties to anybody here.
Yeah.
And
No one
all
wants
we
to run
need
into
is
my
a
mother.
fancy dress for tomorrow for the king thing. And she looks at Amara and Sybl like, we're contenders in this thing. The only way we're gonna be able to be contenders is we have to play part of this stupid festival.
I don't want to be
I
a
gotta-
contender.
Wait.
Stop being a
Wait,
bee.
No.
wait.
That's how we
I
get
have to
information.
wear a dress?
No, I'm just
Yes,
you-
Amara, for one
First of all,
day.
dresses are nice. Second of all, I just want to go as a visitor. I don't want to participate.
I think
Yeah.
we
I think
have
we have to participate.
Waiting. Me and Soren get to watch.
We got
from the
tatas. We
sideline.
gotta go.
If
It's
I have to wear a
recorded.
dress, you have to wear a dress.
Everyone's
I
wearing
like
a damn
wearing
dress.
dresses. I just.
It's the best way to get
Do
information.
you think
you
I'm
guys
gonna
like
marry the
firework.
prince? No.
No, of course we're
Sybl,
not.
you don't have to
Cinderella does.
try. Let's
Or
be
will.
very
He would
clear.
pick
You
you.
In
could
the
be
future.
a part of it. You don't have to try to get this guy's hand, okay? You're just gonna
Yeah.
be a part of it.
We're
You
just
can be
getting information.
somber and angry the entire time if you want.
When you're all talking, there's a fierce pounding on the front door. And as you kind of like
Yeah.
glance out through the stained glass, like, bottled windows, you see that there's a troop of Black Knights out there, the Kingsmen. And Ronnie throws a towel over his shoulders. "Ah, what the bloody hell they want?" "Aye!" She opens the door. "What is it this late at night?" And you hear some grumbling and things as they begin to argue and loudly talk. "Aye, no one's here that I believe to be so. That's terrible news. No, I do not suggest that you come in here and search, especially," and then she kind of like quickly glances over at you guys, "if there's any newcomers here that could possibly be murderers. That would be crazy if you came in here."
That'd be crazy.
Soren's going to. Is there a basement? Like, we need to get out of here, guys. Like, he's looking at everybody else.
Well, we could go to our room.
Oh,
Why would we do anything that make us look guilty? We're
I
just in
mean,
here enjoying.
why
some
would they
food.
look in the basement? They're looking for people.
Let's just
Yeah.
go in our
Why
in,
do
in the
Why do you
room.
think it's us?
Yeah,
All
we're
right, all
patrons
right.
here.
They push her aside, and four Black Knights come in with glistening armor, their swords at their sides and shields, and glistening as the rain has coated them. And the main guy goes, "Ah, this place is just as much as a dump," and he spits onto the ground.
Oh,
And he looks over at your table, and he says, "Are you for the order or against it?"
For
or
Oh,
gonna
and
bring the
Soren's
prince
gonna like
over.
raise his.
You said the old order?
I said,
Against.
the order.
Oh, the order.
Aye.
For it.
Any of you be murderers?
No.
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 Oh,
I'm here.
what kind of question is that?
Well, they just found the dead body of a young girl at her house. Murdered. Massacred, really. Blood and flesh everywhere in the basement. Her name was Fiona. Have you heard of her?
no,
No.
that's absolutely terrible.
Aye. Alright. Finish it is whatever is you're eating. Curfew starts in 20 minutes.
Thank you.
We're
Thank you
gonna
for
go
the
up
warning.
and sleep soon.
The soldiers back out, and Ronnie shuts the door, and then she locks it, flipping over the open to close sign, and she just shakes her head. Fucking Kingsmen coming in my shop, thinking that they own the place. Are you all
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're pretty bad.
Is that the first time a murder's been
No,
gone recently?
it's been quite awful recently. Murders in the streets. Found a girl murdered in the streets not too while ago as well. Someone who worked for the courts, actually.
The courts.
She was part of some big case.
Hmm.
The Kingsmen have been raiding a lot of places. There's a gay club downtown called The Closet. Raided them a few weeks back.
Hmm.
Awful.
Who all came out?
I see your joke. But the brutality against the community, especially the magical community, has been uproast horrible. And with a disease, weeping pox, affecting some of our citizens in the outskirts of the city, Salem is not the place it used to be.
Oh, the weeping fox. Forgot that was a thing.
And they have no clue who's murdering these people?
No. Obviously. The
Alright.
Kingmen looks like they're running in circles.
That's not our business, remember. We're not here to solve murders.
No, I mean,
I'll let some other adventurers do it. And she like glances upstairs and then back down.
Also, I wouldn't really trust the King's men to do an efficient job. Although there is a detective in town. He came in here earlier. I can't remember his
She gets
name.
excited and she's like, mm, mm.
Uno? I have so much on my mind lately, I can't remember. Says he's from
Oh.
Hollowroot, investigating the murders of young...
Well, we know him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll be like, oh, you talking about Detective Quo?
Ah, so you do know him.
We do, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Maybe he could help us.
Are you looking for someone?
Mm.
Sort of. It's
Course.
complicated.
He's well known throughout Everas. Quite smart, he is. You're muted.
If we can find it, he might be able to actually move us along pretty quickly here. We wouldn't be fumbling around in the dark as much.
Yeah, but we can't. We can only ask him something. But hey,
Oh, correct.
Ronnie,
I mean,
how much do we owe you? You've helped us a great deal tonight.
Well, since I'm making you squeeze into a small... I'll cut it down for you. It's about 110 for meal and for lodging.
Deal.
All right.
I'll chip in and help.
Draco would also chip in and help.
I'll
Okay,
pitch in.
so
I'm
let's.
assuming.
How much do you need, Mara? 20?
I was gonna give you 50.
Hold on.
It's only 110, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'll hand Amara 20 gold.
Draco will hand Amara 30 gold for a tip as well.
She'll put in 30. And we should be good. It's one store and gives me some.
Okay. How much do you need? I wasn't following. 20, 30,
20,
much
30,
is it?
30, 60.
so 80. So
80.
then you need.
I need another 30.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
And she puts it in a bag and gives it to Ronnie. Thank you.
Thank you, adventurers. I hope you see it fit.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
First order of business upstairs.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Mara finishes her mead and bowl. And let's go find our rooms.
All right, so
Okay.
you go up
Oops,
to the room. You see that it looks to be it's not exactly well developed, but you can kind of see that maybe a little boy, about roughly 8 or 9 years old, lives there. And there are, excuse me, 6 cots in the room with fresh linens and sheets and things like that for you to take a rest in. There's a nice giant window that overlooks the like kind of plaza below, kind of one of those bay windows. A couple books, a candle, and a small little plant, and then kind of hanging in the center is a little bit of like what do you like almost tapestries as it that look like the night sky, kind of like tacked up, kind of like his version of glow in the dark stars.
Aw.
Yeah.
So now we don't have to spy on you guys' parents because we know what just happened in the timeline. Fiona was murdered. Well, they're gonna get in this chip probably tonight, that means. If they, yeah, haven't already.
And they're probably not
Where?
up here in the attic yet.
And do you know what also is happening right now at this time?
This is the club?
Nathaniel is singing this out loud. Literally. I have to come up with a song.
If I know the song.
That's literally Nathaniel right now. After the club.
After the club.
He's a
Alright.
drag queen performer.
Wait, who'd we lose?
Lizard.
Oh.
Lizard.
So, our plan is to go talk to Quo now, and then later that night, get as much information about protecting Darren. Like, what's the plan here? Are we doing Darren? Are we doing Quo? Are we doing Eliot? Are we doing Mim? Like, what's the direction?
If I believe, Darren is the last night of the ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is the
So that's the
third
night we
day
should
of the
go.
festival. So that's the day we should go. So we have all day tomorrow to try to find Quo or Mr. E.
Don't forget, you guys need dresses.
That's true.
I wanted to not remember that.
You wanted to forget that. I'm sorry.
I mean, you could, like, go as a drag king and not be a girl.
I don't think that would go well.
A drag
Since-
queen, you said?
Well, yeah,
Well,
the
drag
closet
king.
got sacked.
Yeah, but if you dress as a boy, will they? I mean, they probably know
I'll
you're
be your
not a
chauffeur, you know?
boy.
Can't leave her alone in a room by herself. Who knows what she'll do?
We pretend to be married. Friends.
I'm sorry.
One of
What?
my dresses, if you want.
Only if Draco wears a dress too.
Sybl, thank you for the offer, but I'm like 2 feet shorter than you.
Well, what about a t-shirt?
I don't know if that counts as a fancy enough dress.
We're not trying to impress him.
I'd say it's not like you wanted to
No,
go
but
out.
I don't want to be thrown out for. I don't know. These guards are crazy. Who knows when they're gonna start rounding my kind of people up?
Okay.
Because you know they
Find
do.
a cheap dress. Yeah, I know. Well, let's find a cheap dress tomorrow for us. And then,
I mean,
yeah, let's go find Quo.
you're not scared of that happening now, right? Amara?
Don't know when it happens. I mean, we've all learned the history of this time. It's terrifying. And
Yeah, this is like not a cool time.
No, this is not a good place.
the halflings, the gnomes, all the somewhat magic folk were rounded up.
All
Only
I'm
that
We
saying
can visit the
is
Velvet Leash.
we
this
are
world
not
is
gonna
full
let,
of a lot of danger.
and we're gonna do what we need to do and figure out how to get home.
Mm-hmm.
I think finding Eliot. I mean, who else is gonna know how to get home? It's
Eliot
not
or
Madam
Mim.
Mim.
Well, she has the device, so she has to know how to get back, I hope.
Well, she
Yeah,
has
but
the device
how's
now.
well, and is she gonna help us? I mean, I doubt it.
Does that
How
mean if
did
she
Eliot
has
get
it
here?
now, does that mean there's another one floating around somewhere?
If it works like a portal does, you mean like in the future?
Well, she's currently in the past with the time
Mhm.
thing. She didn't
Mhm.
have it in the past.
Right.
Because
So
she's
where
bringing
is
it
it
from the future.
currently?
Oh, I see what
Right.
you're saying.
It's Kronos's. Is it being the under?
Oh, I don't want to go back
She
there.
stole it from Kronos.
I don't want to go back there. Never mind. Never mind.
So we gotta find the one that she has right now. If we don't go back to the under, it will be easier, I feel, than the under, because who knows how to get the Kronos? I don't want to find them.
So tomorrow,
Cool.
trying to find Quo to lead us to E and go shopping.
Dress
What was
shopping!
that last part?
Yay!
What'd you say?
You know, Shorin, shove it.
No.
All
Soren's
time.
gonna
Maybe.
make himself comfy on a cot and lay down. Like, well, I don't know if there's much good else we could talk about right now other than what color
Enough.
dresses y'all should get, but I think I'm gonna head to bed.
Yeah, Soren, what
Okay.
color should I get?
Whatever color your heart
Red for
desires.
angry.
Red for
For
angry?
angry.
I mean, red would look good on you.
He's an angry elf.
Alrighty, so the following day you wake up and it's still raining, still cloudy, still dreary. Not a happy day. You slept okay for the most part because of the cots. They weren't necessarily the lap of luxury, but they were something and better than the cold dampness of the woods, especially with those infected nearby and the howls of wolves that sound like they're getting closer and closer. Maybe perhaps that night you looked out the window and saw something flash across the night sky. Or maybe something with tampered eyes gleaming at you through the second story window. This town has a history, and you are about to be part of it. The following morning, Ronnie has fixed up breakfast, and you nothing hearty, but some eggs and some toast and some meat. But you gear up for the day, rain cloaks and all, and out into the city of Salem.
All right. Where would Quo be? And she puts her hands on her hips.
Ugh,
It's gotta be fun.
I don't know,
Like, easy to
but
find an elf here.
Well, Fiona was murdered.
Oh,
When he
we should probably go there.
when he looked there.
Yeah. For clues. But what if your mums are there?
We'll just have. What if we do a walk by? We'll do a walk
Oh,
by.
yeah.
We'll do a walk by like we're perusing.
Yep. Well, you guys hide
Plus, you're good
behind
at
Draco because
stealth.
he's large.
You can. What? Mm.
You're tall.
Uh-huh. I think you just call me fat. Lux, you're stealthy. Go investigate. Be sneaky, and see if they're there. And if they're there,
Okay.
come back and report to us. We'll all go
Okay.
together to the area, and then that way, if you get caught, you can run a little quicker back to us.
Right. I'll do that. I
Oh.
am quick now.
okay, well.
So, you go to step forward and you're like, okay, but where does she live?
Right.
I mean, can we use context clues of like where there might be extra guards heading, and
We could
or
ask
areas where it
Ronnie.
might be like, yeah, ask Ronnie, like, is there any closed off areas?
Yeah. Lux will go over to Ronnie and she'll be like, I have a question. Just so we can avoid that house and area of the King's Guards. Where is Fiona's house?
She lived in the townhomes up towards the palace in the more noble area.
Okay. Thank you. We will be sure to avoid that area.
All right. Strange lass.
Ugh. Okay, I know where she is now.
So where is she?
She's up towards the palace and the good prettier part.
Towards the danger.
Uh-huh.
All right.
This whole
Seems
place
like a
is
real
danger.
danger zone.
So you head up, kind of following the natural highs and lows of the city, eventually coming to what looks to be more of a nicer part, with a little bit better gardens and paints on the limestone and things like that. And then down at the end of a corner in a small little town hall, you see it barricaded off and a couple Kingsmen standing guard, and a trench coated elf, drenched and wet, overlooking his notebook down at the end of the corner.
Is that the guard that let us in here? Maybe we should try and go around the back?
I think you're missing the tall, pointy-headed guy. Or pointy-eared
It's
guy.
whoa.
Yeah, he was an elf. The guy that let us in, right?
No.
No, this is Quo.
No, she's correct. An
Oh.
elf
Oh.
let you guys in last night, but this is the same elf.
Okay.
So Lux will go with this and be like, all right, I'm gonna just do a passerby and see if Simon's are there. And she like cordially walked by. Not seeing the crime. And we'll see if like the keepers are there.
Roll perception.
Okay, okay.
Oh god. I'm so nervous.
I rolled a
No,
1.
why are you laughing? No!
So for 5.
Oh my
I'm
god.
not gonna use this dice anymore. That's 2 ones in a row.
Because of the rain, maybe your hair's in your face or the sleet, but it's hard to discern if they were there or not.
She
Oh man.
got her back. She's like, I have no idea. I couldn't see. You guys are probably safe.
Amara, can you go? I mean, you
Yeah.
wouldn't know what our parents look like, right?
I can go.
Well, they kind of look like you, don't they?
Yeah, I guess. So.
One has really green, leafy hair.
Okay.
Queen. Oh, the future queen.
Okay.
Can't miss her.
All right. She goes and she casually walks by. And is it investigation or perception?
Perception.
14.
You don't see anyone at that description there. Just a couple
Uh.
Kingsmen and the detective.
She circles back around and she's like, they're not here, just Kingsmen and Quo. So maybe we can wait for him to get away from the Kingsmen and we can catch him.
Yes. All great to me. And let's
I like
pretend
to
like this
imagine that like we're like
loitering.
5 feet away from Quo as like we're like walking around in front of him back
Oh
into the gate.
god.
And then Amar's just like, well, let's just wait for him to leave and then we could catch him. He just like looks back behind him and just keeps writing in his notebook like 5 suspects sitting right behind me.
That's funny. Yeah. What do you
Amara
guys do?
goes
Yeah.
and sits on a bench across the street, and she gets out a pack of cards and she like starts shuffling them. She's like, "All right, well, this is what I used to do
In
to
the
pass the
rain.
time."
In the rain, in front of a bunch of guards. A gambling problem is really what.
Okay, what about the rest of you?
Soren's gonna go stand next to Amara and pretend to be interested in her cards.
Since Amara is choosing to do that in the rain, Sybl won't say anything, but she'll cast Shape Water and kind of like. Oh wait, never mind. She can't cast. I take it back. Never mind. She'll just watch magic Shape Water if they weren't in a city where magic is forbidden. But she won't do it because she's smart.
Right in front of the
Fear.
King's Guard.
My heart dropped, and I was be like, "Oh, I can't stop her because if she wants
Nope.
to cast Shape Water, she'll do it."
We
Draco
just
would
slap
have,
your hand like,
and
no.
yeah, and immediately if that would have gone up, I would have like.
I'll play D&D tired, y'all. Whose lives at risk? Never mind.
Okay. Let's just be over this, pretending to make conversation with them, but like really sneaking, like being really bad at hiding, looking for Quo.
Okay. So you see Quo going through his little notebook, and he seems to be speaking to himself as he's kind of tracing over some things. And he's like, Kilaleshka Lamarit Inferani. So you said this happened at what time? And one of the soldiers starts speaking to him, kind of hard to hear through the rain and the helmet. That's quite late. And who is the one to discover her? Her brother. And her brother's name? Nathaniel. And do you know where I can find this Nathaniel? No, I have no idea what you mean. I don't care if there's that type of club on I thought mine comes from the Queen of the Elves. Yours from quite an ugly and petulant human king. You have no jurisdiction over me. Oh, tut-tut. I'm not going to go there. God, humans are so stupid. The almost is just as bad as them across the street, playing games in the rain. They don't realize how perceptive I am. I am the best detective here. Did you want an autograph?
Are you
In
talking to us?
Elvish, Amara says, I'm not that stupid playing cards in the rain. We're just kindly waiting for you.
Katarina. That's, you speak our tongue.
Yes. See.
See.
Brevo. Now, gustare marala. Neverina. And he says, just give me a couple minutes. I'll be finished up with these bozos in a moment.
She nods her head.
All right,
And she
if I
puts her cards away.
if I have any questions, I will be surely not to contact any of the four of you ever again. A crime scene, and you let people trample through. Goddess, this place has gone to the dumps. Yes, I don't need you anymore, ta-ta. And they get in their horse and wagon and trample off. All right, what you say we go inside to get out of this rain here?
I
In her
love that
house?
idea.
Well, I have the keys. Do you suggest somewhere else?
No? Lead the way. And
Okay.
she says it in Elvish.
On the way in, Soren's gonna be like, who knew that Amara spoke Elvish?
It's a lot of things you don't know about me.
Hmm.
I speak English.
Elvish is pretty common.
Uncle.
Didn't you learn it in school? Didn't your parents teach you?
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure I know it. Let me double check. I can't remember. No, I don't
We're
know
just speaking
it.
Elvish this whole time.
I do not know it.
Huh.
What? Yeah, I don't know.
Quo gets you
Oh.
inside, and you see that it's quite a nice looking town, though it is quite devoid of life right now, as it is a current crime scene. But Quo steps over to the fireplace, and takes off his trench coat, kind of squeezes little bit out, and hangs it up before starting to unbutton his shirt and kind of wring it out. And as he opens up, you see this chiseled abs and just hunk of a man as he slings it up the side of a chair. And then by the window, he takes off his trousers, unbuckles his boots, slips them off, hangs his socks up on the radiator. And then he looks at you all, and he, well, I wasn't going to take my underpants off, and he snaps, and a new outfit comes on. Much better.
How are you using magic within the city?
I have my ways, especially due to I have amnesty for the time being during my investigation.
Hmm.
What are you investigating besides Fiona's death? Or this person's death?
Well, it happens to be just that. A string of girls have come up murdered in the city the past few weeks. These girls are connected to the weave somehow, and I'm here to figure out how.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well,
Well, good luck with that.
we have
Well,
found you because we are in need of your help.
Well, unfortunately, I'm only the King's Festival. That is when my jurisdiction ends. Helping you would be forbidden.
It's kind of under the table because it is just a small favor.
I don't even know you.
You don't. You don't. But we both know a Mr. E, and we're looking to locate him.
A mystery.
A
You're
Mr. E.
looking to locate. Okay. What do you have for me?
Oh. The manila folder with his name written on it, or the Mr. E written on it.
When did you receive this manila folder?
Last night.
And who gave it to you?
The wind.
That's, yeah, a Mr. E.
So you don't know who you're looking for. You don't know who gave this to you. You have absolutely nothing for me.
well, I mean, what if this letter you're holding or the invite, what if it was given to us by the murderer? I mean, we have young girls with us that maybe this person's trying to murder.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
All right, then I will conceal it into evidence. Thank you very much. Stuffs it into a bag.
Hey, that's not what we meant. It's not evidence.
I mean,
Yeah.
I just assumed you knew of a Mr. E. I apologize for taking up your time if you don't know this person.
Wait, say his name. She's whispering to Amara, like, should we just say Eliot?
We're
I know it's
looking
him.
for Eliot.
Eliot who?
Selman?
What about him? Never heard of him before.
You have or haven't?
I have not.
Oh,
Might be before.
you're right. Okay.
All right.
No, thank
Well,
you.
Mr. Quo, good luck. I really think you ought to look closely at the festival.
Look closely at the festival.
Yeah.
Cryptic, chaotic. I like it. I will summon the
Weird things
harpies.
could happen. Oh, cool.
We'll see you
Cool,
there.
actually.
Sorry for wasting your time.
No, you didn't waste my time. You stole just enough.
I'm glad that we stole it.
Stalled.
Yeah, time's weird.
Stole.
what do you mean stalled?
Precisely exactly what I meant.
Who are you again?
Detective Quo of Hollowroot. Who are you?
My name
My name. Go ahead.
is Amara. You go ahead.
Well, he obviously said my name. I'm Amara. From Haven.
Of Haven?
And I'm Lex of the Haven.
From Haven.
So,
Haven.
Sybl.
pleasure. And you, my handsome fellow?
Draco from Haven.
Interesting. All from Haven. Quite a big city, that is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love it.
One
Pretty-
can get lost there.
Pretty different than Salem.
Archaic, I'd say. But your queen is effervescent.
Better than this king.
Gotta save Liliana. Well, if you all don't mind, keep this little chat to yourselves.
Same
Oh,
to you.
definitely will.
So
My lips are sealed. And if you need me again, I'll probably be wasting away with my friends at the Velvet Leash. If you need me.
At the Velvet Leash, what would you be doing there?
It's a cabaret. It's some of the best dark wines I've ever had. They have imports.
Well, maybe we'll have
Draco
to
looks
check it out.
longingly at Lux like, can we please go? I want some, please.
Though teenagers like yourself probably shouldn't.
Who are you
Just keep-
calling a
Oh.
teenager?
Don't worry, I'll be fine.
She's got others looking out for her.
You'll understand that I'm highly perceptive, have a keen eye for things like that.
I'm practically an adult in my people.
I'm sure.
I'm 27, dude.
Oh, I guess my little one skills aren't quite as good as I used to be. You look so old for being so young. Do you know there's moisturizer for that? Here, I actually have some. And he goes over to his trench coat, pulls out a couple toiletry things, and finds this like beautiful like little vial of moisturizer. Twice a day, once at night, once in the morning, and help those wrinkles there.
Thanks. Maybe it'll win over Prince Darren.
Oh, you're going after the prince, are you?
Well, we all have to.
Have
You're gonna
to.
need more than moisturizer.
That's
Oh.
mean. No, we're just gonna be there to
Well,
do
we should stop.
Sybl, I quite like you.
We should stop wasting crow's time. Maybe
Yeah,
we'll
Crow
see
has
you
some
at the
murder to
Velvet
solve.
Leash.
Quite honestly, I could go for a drink. Might stop at the Velvet Leash, then head over to the closet. There's a performer who's widely known called Lady A. I'd love to see.
Yeah, you definitely should go see them. Definitely.
Why
I heard they're great.
so enthusiastic?
About
Because
that?
we
I don't know.
had
We just heard they're great.
lovely performance.
What's a 27-year-old hanging out with these 13-year-olds?
I am
Oh.
17.
Whoa. Maybe it's your eyes that need checking up on.
Oh,
No,
these
he's
eyes
right. You are hanging out with a bunch of teenagers. Kind of weird.
So I'm
See,
23.
Actually,
24's a little alright for 18, but no more than that. I don't know. I guess it's a little different for us elves.
Yeah,
She's a
especially when
family
you guys
friend.
live like 500 years.
Little over 200, but sure.
I was exaggerating, Mr. Serious.
Well,
I like him.
someone's got to be. Thank you. Quite
Wait,
like you
I do.
too. What can I say? I have a champagne budget on a champagne. I don't know
Budget?
where. No, champagne taste on a champagne budget.
No, that's still not
I want
it.
to try the champagne.
You can.
Is it better than wine? Try it.
It depends. I've had some of the finest alcohols this side of the Sasagula. It's nothing like something back from Holyrood, distilled for quite some.
I hope they go to Holyrood one day. Maybe after all this mess, they can.
That would be nice.
Just be careful, Mutt.
Did you say Mutt?
I did. Is there a problem?
Take no offense. Auntie's
take-
has to know.
And she calls you that?
No, of course not, but
It's a bit
they
of a
can be
slur.
brash sometimes.
Well.
I don't get around much, okay? You can call me whatever you want. I'm excited he's like acknowledged me. She's like full blushing, like
Then
giggling.
you definitely will fit into the velvet. What size collar do you wear?
No,
Wait.
no, she is no.
I'm not talking about for me, but she's beautiful. But she's not my persuasion. She has a V where I'd rather see a P.
She thinks real hard about that. Maybe too hard. No. What do you mean collar? They wear
No,
collars?
not for her. Nope. It's time we ought to go. And she like covers Lux's ears like Draco would do. And she's like, come on, let's go. Thank you, Quo, for your time. If you meet a Mr. E,
Ta-ta.
tell him that you've met people. Bye.
And that's what happens when you hang out with teenagers at 27. Ta-ta! You guys
So
head
rude.
back out to the rainy streets.
I think we should go to this Velvet Leash.
Maybe
I-
we
Maybe there
shouldn't.
actually is
I
leashes.
agree with Lux. I think we should go.
There might be dogs there. Mutts, collars, leash. This might be a dog show with wine.
Well, you know, Lux, I think it's time we tell you that sometimes people put collars on other people.
Like
I don't
slaves?
think it's gonna be.
Nope.
Why
Oh
do we
no!
have to
You
tell
know
her
what?
this right now? We don't.
If we're going to the Velvet Leash, maybe we should tell her what's gonna be there before we get.
Are you talking about having the birds and the bees talk?
No! Hell no!
She's not an infant. Lux knows what sex is, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I totally know what sex is. I've totally read what sex is.
Okay, well,
All right, that
Pinky
wasn't
sex isn't
reassuring.
that far of a
confiscating
leap.
books from you when we get back home.
It'll be we need to make it awkward.
All right,
Yeah.
well. Anyways, I don't think there are gonna be any dogs there, and Star's just gonna start meandering away from the group a little.
I like dogs.
Alrighty. And then where are we going?
To the Velvet Leash, right? Yeah.
You approach the Velvet Leash. As you journey through the city, following any kind of maps or questions along the way, and you see just down this little alleyway, kind of like one of those signs that says Velvet Leash down the side, and then across it says Cabaret Lounge, and you see a giant kind of warehousey looking door.
You guys seriously think this was a good idea?
I mean,
That's fun.
What are we
mean,
gonna
With
get
everything
from
that's
this?
happened in the last week,
What are we gonna
I could
lose
use
from
some
that?
alcohol, and
Hopefully,
I would love to watch how Lux reacts to this.
I also think we might find
Draco.
knowledge.
You have to
Information.
promise me you'll look after her. You're supposed to be looking after.
I'm not gonna let anyone do anything. I'll make sure
Don't-
she doesn't wander.
It's a cabaret show. I mean,
What if Mim's in there?
He's gotta learn.
I know what
Again, we
dogs
can
are.
protect
I
her.
love how we're all parenting Lux in our own way. We
We're
all
just
have.
walking towards the door. Like, no, the dogs are fine. Okay.
Amara,
There are no dogs.
we can't
Lux.
protect her forever, but we can also just physically protect her, make sure nothing bad happens to her.
All
Will's
right.
gonna
Again,
go open
you
the
heard her.
door.
She's read a lot of stuff. Who knows what she's read? God forbid. We're gonna have to.
Hey, all right,
He's
let's
just read all
go.
these funniest books.
Let's go. Let's all get collars. Let's all get leashes. Let's go.
Oh,
Bunch of dictionaries. I'm like, yes, I know what sex is.
what animals have.
When she's traumatized, Amara, we can hold her to our shoulder and be like, it's gonna be okay. We'll get through it.
I need a drink.
Right,
Let's
come on,
just go in.
And we could drink. Yeah, me and you could drink. We could have our drink and watch and enjoy the moment. Right, Lux? Come on, Zool, let's go.
Let's
Alright.
go. It's fine.
So you head inside to a small kind of check-in area. It is lined with curtains and a small little like window that's like metal bars across it. You see an older looking woman in fur, in like a fur coat, slicked hair, very beautiful, very pale, almost glowing under the lighting. And she goes, "Hello, loves. Welcome to the Velvet Leash. Check all the weapons and magical items here."
Okay. And
Oh, okay.
Amara checks in her weapons.
Same with Draco.
Alex will hand over her.
Darren will hand over what he has.
Perfect. Now, no shows are going now, but some of our dolls are around to play. They'll tell you their prices later. Our drink menu's on the table. You have table 4, along the wall near the stage.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
So exciting, guys.
The curtain like opens up to kind of this theatrical looking excuse me, bar. The bar is at the back, kind of in a U shape, where very husky looking men are at. There are a couple tables with a couple patrons, all with members of staff that you can tell, either sitting with them, talking to them, doesn't matter. The lights are very dim and it's very luxurious in here. That smell of cigarette smoke and bourbon is just very tantalizing, if you will. But you find table number 4 and have yourself a seat.
Well,
This is like super fancy, though. And they have dolls?
Not those kind.
What other kind are there?
Usually women or men that are kind of used for seduction. We'll call it.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
well, Storm's gonna look around and see if any other customers, I guess, look noteworthy, interesting.
Roll investigation.
Mhm. 13.
You can see that all the other are different races, different genders and things like that. And they all seem to be very enthralled and in conversation with the people that they're talking to, their servers and their waiters and things like that.
Anyone see anything interesting?
GM, would Lux know that Lucifer has worked here? Or like this is his bar?
Yeah.
Okay. She's gonna be like, well, Lucifer's somewhere here and seeing him like 30 years ago would be pretty funny. That's why I wanted to come here.
It's for Lucifer?
I just want to see what he looked like 30 years ago. See if he looks the same, scary and dark and broody.
How do we know he's here?
This is his club. I don't know if he's here right now. You're right. But this is before the whole magisterium stuff. He's a different person back now.
All right, well, we'll have to ask and see if, I don't know, if one of the waitresses comes around, see if he's here. Maybe he'll have information.
Do we really want to
Oh.
share that name with the waitress, though? I mean, what are we gonna say?
That's
Is
true. I
Lucy
don't
in
know if
today?
Lucifer knows who Eliot is
Yeah,
yet.
all right.
Um,
Draco's got an idea there.
What was your idea?
Is Lucy in today?
It's really not a bad idea.
Yeah, but we can't let him know about Eliot because Eliot and him haven't met. Well, maybe they met. I don't think they know each other like that yet. Maybe? I'm not sure.
We don't have to necessarily ask about that. We can ask about if he knows if he's heard anything through the club
About
about
them.
well, not even them, about the murder.
As you guys are talking, a very voluptuous and tight-bodied woman with dark hair and dark eyes, black eyes, comes over to the table. She says, "Well, look at you, youngins. Welcome to the Velvet Leash. My name
Hi.
is Charm, and I'd be charmed to get you anything on the or off the menu.
What happens to be off the menu?
If you have to ask, it's not for you."
Hmm.
And she'll go whisper, she'll, I need some sex.
No, I don't think it means that.
Well, okay.
Can I get would a cosmopolitan be a thing here?
Of course. On the rocks, or
Yeah, why not?
all right. So one Cosmo.
What is the most popular drink here?
The Bloody Mary.
It is pretty early. I think I'll have one.
It's extra spicy.
I think I could take it.
All right. The other three of you.
I want to try a Bloody Mary too. That sounds fun. Evil.
You've got it.
What was it that Clout was trying? Blah, blah, blah. What was he trying?
Sorry?
No,
A Cosmo.
detective.
Cosmopolitan?
No, what was the detective coming here to drink?
Oh,
The wine. Which wine was
Oh,
it?
the
I can't
wine.
remember. The wine. The wine.
I remember
It was a
thinking it was
dark wine.
white. Was it dark?
It was a dark
I knew
wine.
it was a dark wine. I'll have that, whatever he mentioned.
A Pinot Noir.
Yes, that.
Oh.
Would you like the bottle or just a glass?
Just the glass.
Okay.
For now.
And you, sister?
Man.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
You guys can't hear me?
I can now.
Good. She'll beckon her closer and ask very quietly if they have. Isn't there like an artificial blood in this world? Yeah, she'll ask if she has that. I can't remember what it's called.
The Malbec. Extra sour. I got you. Anything else I can get you? Any hors d'oeuvres? Requests? Outfit changes?
outfit changes. Like, you sell dresses here? Like, we're going to that Kings thingy, so we need dresses.
I don't think one would be appropriate from here.
It's whatever you deem appropriate, dear. All right, if I can get you nothing else, I'll be back soon. Hang tight.
Is Lucifer a devil character? Is that like, or is he just
He's a higher vampire.
a higher vampire? Okay. Would we
Well, I'm
know
just
him,
not.
or only Tara
Yeah.
and like, we would know him?
He's been
I
in
would
the
think-
Magisterium with you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's-
For some reason, I don't remember him.
He was there after Snow died.
Oh, okay.
So, should we ask the Lucifer's here for no reason? Just be like, hi, you don't know us yet.
Maybe
Or
ask when
your
she comes
future.
back.
Like, who owns this establishment? And like, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah,
blah,
yeah.
Do you
I
guys
heard
think
Lucifer.
the detective works here too?
No,
Like,
Oh
I
no, definitely
just
does
think
not.
he likes to frequent it.
Yeah, he's a bougie type. I mean, even this sounds weird. Today he's kind of bougie, but I'm glad we're seeing him pre-Nathaniel.
yeah, I mean,
Just so
so we need to
happens.
find Nathaniel, right? I mean,
No.
sounds like the detective's not really gonna give
No,
us any information.
nope. We'll leave Nathaniel alone. Mhm. Mhm.
All
We
right.
should not touch that with a 10-foot
So,
pole. Mm-mm.
question: If we
All right.
if we are to save Darren, how do we go about that? Do you remember how he died?
It was it Lady Tremaine?
Mhm.
It had to be. It's something with a wand, I think.
Wait, isn't that what moms are looking for? Like, is it Tremaine's wand or Ella's wand? Somebody's wand. I
Yeah.
remember the story. Maybe we need to get that wand.
What if we follow Tremaine? What if we find her and follow her because we know she's gonna kill Darren?
Right, and like, stop her right before she does.
Yeah.
Or jump
What
in front of
what-
it.
what are we accomplishing by doing that? Because that's gonna radically change the course of our parents' lives.
Yes. But I think it will get Mr. E's attention.
Wait,
And possibly
wait,
make
wait.
Yeah, but I mean,
go
if we
extinct.
change the course of the parents' lives, not mine, but your guys', that changes the course of everything.
But don't you remember the stories? A time change happened there. A glitch happened there. Your parents, they were sent away. And they were gone for a few years. I don't remember exactly where they went. Maybe Wakefield, maybe Neverland. Timey-wimey stuff. But something happened in that moment. Maybe it was us intervening.
Maybe. Like we're supposed to do this?
Maybe. What if we caused the time slip?
I just have this feeling that we have to make it right. That he can't die. I don't know what it is, but it's this sensation.
Like, what kind of sensation? Like, do you have to pee?
No, I don't have to pee. I don't know. You guys are used to
Ooh.
this magic stuff. I'm not.
All right,
Certainly.
doves. Here's
Oh,
your
no.
order. And she handles the drinks over to There you go. Let me know if you need any.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Oh, and you with the horns. You're wanted backstage.
My brother? You want
Alright. I will be back then. And Draco will get up. Can you show me where backstage is?
Down that hall, left-hand side, there's a emblem that says backstage.
I'll head back
Good
there.
luck.
If I don't come back in 15 minutes, come find me, guys.
If you don't come back in 15 minutes, wait another 15. Don't deny yourself. And she walks away and greets another table that just walked in.
Ooh, he's
I
gonna be a
mean,
daddy.
wait,
Yeah.
Draco?
Well,
You
in
don't
the
think he's
past-
going to meet Lucifer, do you?
I don't
No,
know. I'm gonna
I
go visit, and let's see who it is. And if
All
I'm not
right.
interested, I'll politely decline. If I am,
15 or 30 minutes.
let's call it 30 now, just to be safe, and go from there.
Remember, you have a soon-to-be wife. Don't do anything stupid.
Much aware, again, if it's
Okay.
That's in the future.
Fair.
And
Jago just walks.
Amara
Oh
takes
my
a drink of her
God.
Bloody Mary.
Jago downs or sips his drink and then walks away.
Okay.
I feel like
Good.
I was just gonna say I feel like there's something we should ask for from this waitress. I just don't know what.
I don't know if we should ask if it's smart to ask about Lucifer. Just be like, hey, I just want to see what you look like because
No,
I'm
no,
curious.
for
I
sure.
want to see him so bad.
I just think maybe there's something we could ask for. But I don't know.
Oh, what if we ask the waitress for Lucifer and be like, hey, do you have any like whispers in the dark shadows about a weird purple-haired lady called Mad Madam Mim?
Yeah,
You
I
might
don't
know.
think.
Full of secrets. He's a vampire.
Maybe.
All right, so Draco, you head back to the backstage room. Do you knock or you just enter?
Knock.
You hear a feminine voice behind the door say, "Come in."
Draco will walk in.
When you walk in, on two chaise lounges facing the door, there's this floor-to-ceiling mirror with like where makeup counter, you know, that type of stuff, and some chairs. But there's two figures in this room. On the left-hand side is a very attractive, athletic, masculine man. Pectorals out, glistening, oiled up, wearing a harness, and very tight clothing. To the right is a beautiful goddess of a woman, voluptuous body, large breasts, very hourglass shaped hips, blonde hair tied to the side, makeup done up. And she gets up and she says, my, I can tell you there's a certain je ne sais quoi about you. You have but to ask, and grant you a moment of pleasure."
What's so special about me?
Oh, don't be shy. Let's just say we've been wanting someone of your kind for quite some time.
Oh. Hmm.
There's a smirk across Draco's face right now as he's mulling it over on what. I'll have to politely decline for now. Are you two going to be here all night?
We will, but we have other Johns and Janes to accomplish.
Well, if there's any free time later tonight and I've had enough to drink, the answer will most likely be yes.
Do come back. We have something for you, Draco.
And so as he's walking out and they say that, he'll pause.
Do you face them or are you looking out the door?
Facing out the door because he pauses and looks like not like behind him but like looks down and goes, how do you know my name?
You see shadows creep across the walls as two pairs of wings shadow.
He turns back around.
When there's no physical shadow there, but the man says, "Because we're just like you."
Don't yell at me. I haven't done anything bad. You can't judge me. Something I haven't done yet. Draco will close the door. Staying
Oh,
in the
with
room.
okay, perfect. Now, the decision is yours. Me, or my brother, or both.
Taco?
Both.
Perfect. And last question before I divulge the details. King or queen?
King.
The submissive role again, dear sister. I quite like it when you get fucked, brother. We'll cut that there so that we don't get too vulgar. But Draco learned very important information in this encounter. Good job. I won't divulge it yet. But you have learned very good information from this encounter.
Ooh. All right.
So back at the table, Draco just leaves. The waitress, Charm, she comes back to her table and she says, "Can I get you any other drinks?"
Well, actually, charming. I was wondering if
It's
the
Charm, dear.
Charm is the owner of this establishment here.
Why do you ask?
Only curious. Just wanted to see if he was.
Do you
And
have a
what?
debt to pay?
Thankfully, no.
Only one of you has been granted invitation to see Lucifer.
And that person's already gone from the table?
No, she's still here
Oh.
with you.
Gee.
Would she be allowed back there then?
It's dependent if she wants to go. I can't force her to, but I think she and I well know if Lucifer needs it. You lest obey.
We all just kind of glance at Sybl.
Amara sips her drink.
She's like, Lux is doing like the eyes like, don't disobey Lucy.
Who knows?
Lucy look like kill us. I mean, not really. Maybe.
I don't have a choice.
So,
Good girl. Now, why don't you go down that hallway, the same one your friend just went down? It's the door with the emblem. Owner.
Okay.
Alright, so you follow the hallway down, past the door that says backstage, and end up into in front of the owner's door. It's very sleek and Art Nouveau. With the stained glass of kind of the paneling of the door. You can see that there's a warm fireplace on the other side and shuffling around of papers. Do you knock or do you enter?
I'll knock.
Yes. And then the door opens in a half frame, and leaning up against the door frame with an unbuttoned kind of down to his chest, chiseled pecs, hair, dark hair, clean, just cut jawline, dark beard, and a black hair with a white stripe going back down of it, wearing what seems to be the most designer and elitist of blouses and tight pants and leather boots, while swirling around a wine glass full of a dark crimson liquid. And what do I owe the pleasure? Sybl
I-
Nightingale.
I don't think that's my last name, but hi.
What do you mean?
um, I was told to come to this room, meet with you. Entirely sure why.
Good girl. Go on and have a seat.
Why?
Hold. Because I told you.
He does.
Horace, Jasper, leave. And his two kind of lackeys leave, and he closes the door, and then you hear the faint clicking of a lock, and then you see him pull the key around his neck, and it just dangles there on his bare, uh, pale, glistening skin.
Let's stand back up. What are you
Sit.
doing?
And you sit back down immediately. We have quite the conundrum, Sybl Nightingale.
I have no idea what you're talking.
You don't even know your surname?
I don't understand. I know
Then
what you're implying, but
what I mean is something so simple. I control you. And you will go by Sybl Nightingale while you're here in Salem. It is my job to know all vampires within this world, and you just happen to appear. I got your information from a weak guard at the border. A family decree of the Nightingale Coven. A witch in the family.
do I know you?
You do. I am Lucifer, god of vampires.
Right. How do you
Now,
know?
why don't you be a good little girl and run and tell your friends that they do not belong in a den of bloodthirsty vampires? Did you really think to bring them here to be fed on?
I've never been here. I didn't really know what we were getting into, to tell you the truth.
Ah, tut tut, dear. Next time, listen to your intuition. There's a debt to be paid. I will let them get out easily this time, but I won't be so kind the next. Got it?
I understand.
Good girl.
Thanks. What did you mean by saying that Nightingale is my surname?
We can't have them knowing another raven.
You cut out. I didn't hear that.
We don't need another Ravenswood running amok. At least people knowing about them. Terra,
Yeah.
I can't tell if you have some type of deep blood connection. Doppelganger, perhaps. The same blood runs through her veins as yours. But I've only known one knight, Ravenswood. Alive. Who are you, Sybl? Who are you really? Tell me.
Will I lie to him? I can't lie to him, can I?
Nope.
I must be related to her somehow. I don't think we've met yet.
You lie.
No, that's the truth.
Tell me the truth now, or suffer the eternal damnation within your skin. Who is Terra Ravenswood to you?
It's my mother.
Huh. I always knew he'd do it. What?
Who?
Eliot.
What?
That
What are you talking
goody
about?
two-shoes and know-it-all from Wakefield Academy.
How do you know Eliot? And what? You always knew he would do what?
I know Eliot through a friend of mine at school. Besides, me knowing Eliot is none of your concern. My concern is to why you're here and now. And should I help you, or should I let your friends be feasted upon?
Is there a reason why you couldn't help us? We're looking for Eliot.
Well, I'd say after graduation, well, haven't seen him quite some time. Something about a wizard's masterer.
Okay. And what did you mean when you said you always knew he would do that?
The boy is brilliant. Constantly talking about time travel. That's what he did. This is what it must have done.
Yeah.
You lie again.
No, I said yes.
Yes, but you know that there was a lie. Eliot didn't send you through time. Who did?
Her name was Madame Min.
Haven't heard of her before. She seems like a lowlife. What'd she do, rob a bank? Steal candy from the poor?
They ran into her underling.
Oh dear.
Just crazed. Complicated, and she sent us back in time, and I think she's going to try to either go after her parents or possibly something much worse. Really mess up the history of the world, which is why we're here.
Your parents were just here not long ago.
Obviously, they don't know about us.
No, and I highly suggest you keep it that way.
I was going to ask you the same thing.
Now, I am no master of time, though I am timeless. I would say that would create a paradox.
Right.
So,
And that's what we're trying to avoid. We do need to get back to our own time. You wouldn't happen to have any idea about how to do that?
time travel. Is that what you're asking?
I'm asking if you know anything about it. Yes.
I've lived a long time, dear. No one's been able to except for this Madame Mim. She seems like a threat.
Well, it definitely is a threat. She's crazy. I think there's a lot that could be used against her. I don't actually think she would be that hard to deal with, but we need to either find her or Eliot, and we need to get back home before our
I
parents find.
say stop relying on Boy Wonder and stop relying on yourselves.
You know who Mr. E might be if it isn't Eliot?
Your parents also had that same question. Serious benefactor, letters in the night. Not sure they know who it is either.
Do you know?
I don't. Though quite possibly, I don't really care about the lives of mortals. Not when they taste so good.
Can I ask you one more question?
Sure. What can Daddy do?
A little flustered by that.
He
I'm looking at
he grabs
V-line on
her
his chest.
her chin by his thumb and his index finger, and just kind of like grasps on it and kind of lifts it up a little bit as he stands over her. Speak, girl.
You know, there's any possible way to be rid of vampirism?
You see his eyes darken. The kind of grip on her chin seems to like get a little tenser as he trails his sharp finger down her neck and down towards her clavicle. And he says, "And why would you want to get rid of the best gift that has ever been given?"
Is that really how you think?
I created vampires. What do you think?
Is there a way to undo it?
For a mutt like yourself, yes. Drive a stake straight through your heart and hope you don't wake up. Leave.
She'll leave without another. And she'll go right back to her friends.
So we'll go flash to Draco post. And I'm assuming you did go along with the activities.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as you're all three of there, post-coital cuddling, the woman gets up and she goes over to the boudoir kind of mirror or whatever, and she starts, pampering herself or cleaning herself. And she says, "So, dear, are you going to that ball?"
Yeah.
"We will be there too,
Ooh.
along with the rest of your family."
Ah, fuck.
"Why? Mother Maleficent, you do not like her."
I do, but she's Maleficent in her ways. She's, very straightforward in what she wants and what she does. And
Dear,
she never really has. She treats me more like a weapon more than anything else, a tool for her own needs.
if we are not a tool for our mother, then what are we? We are nothing more than common men. The game menu got paused.
Sorry, baby's freaking out.
You're fine.
Give me 1 second. All right. What did she say? She said, "What are we but common men?"
If we are not weapons from, then what are we to her but common men folk for her to step upon?
Fair. Do we know?
I
Does
see
she know
your-
I'm here?
Well, she's recruited all to come to this party, uninvited, of course. But that's kind of our status quo now.
I mean, yeah. When have we ever actually been invited to anything?
There's a coup happening by Lady Tremaine, her 2 daughters, and the Nightingale come the last night. They plan on killing the prince, and we plan on draining him night long.
Interesting. Okay. How may I help?
You helped us enough. Trust me. I'll be feeling that for days. And they both get up and start dressing themselves and cleaning up. Be of service when...
You cut out. You said be of service, and that was the last thing.
Be a good boy and be of service to...
Same thing.
I'm fucking pissed off. Be a good boy and follow mother's orders when
Okay.
Lady Tremaine and her witch bitch trials are going down, and let Maleficent reign free. Now go before your friends think that we've absolutely tied you down and kept you all night.
Thank you for the fun evening. And he'll leave.
At this time, both Sybl and you kind of meet each other in the hallway.
I have so much information. Let's go. Sit down with our friends.
Sybl is paler than normal.
Paler and red in the cheeks.
She looks flustered. Not like
Yeah,
sexually
yeah,
flustered.
yeah.
She looks scared.
Just flustered.
She looks kind of scared. And she'll put her hand on Draco's elbow and kind of usher him more quickly down the hallway. And she doesn't really say anything until they get back to the table.
Draco will then explain everything to everyone that what he was told.
Not here. Not here. We
Well,
should go.
he'll tell everyone he has very important information for the night. And then he'll drink the rest of his glass of wine.
Sybl would look at the glass of blood and choose not to drink the rest of it. And she
Roll a D100.
Oh,
While this is
no.
happening,
It
she
was
will look
right
at
in front of you.
It's like,
You
we
bite me.
should leave.
I swear to God, Sybl.
It's
I'm
been some
punching you in the
time.
mouth.
Been a while.
Bite him, bite him, bite him.
I am.
I've been bit
You
enough.
guys-
I already got my bite marks against my neck.
Fight looks.
No, I'll punch her twice.
Alright, so while this is happening, she's gonna be like, we should go. We have to.
What'd she roll?
Okay.
A
I'm going to
2.
tell you.
A 22.
A 10.
A 10. You
A 10.
grab
A 1 and a 0.
you grab that goblet and chug it down with
Oh, God.
blood kind of seeping on other sides of your mouth. And the last thing that the camera sees is you slamming the glass down on the table. And it fades to black and credits roll.
Oh my
Fades to
God.
black. I saw that 20 seconds ago. Let's go.
Ooh.